I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Keenan. Still got crack, they fiendin'. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. And I'm still tryna fight my demons. Cause we all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on. Make me put my hands on my head like the Macarena. They want you walking on board like Kima. Ain't give a F to you like John Cena. Putting blood on a brand new Beamer. Tryna earn 8 stripes like Adidas. You get cold when you ride with the heater. It'll turn you to a dog like a Keto. And expose to a cat like a cheetah. They smoke my partner like reef. Dímelo porque yo no entiendo. Mi gente must really need Jesus. They shed real blood. I never seen the crypt and I believe it. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Y'all just talk, don't live it. And just took that route, that seen it. And I'm so outspoken like Reason. Jimmy Neutron, boy, young G's. And I'm a self-made man out of Sweden. And it's still off top, I'm tweaking. But I still gotta fight my demons. I ain't no good, I'm evil. I ain't been clean since Eden. It's a war going on outside. Make you put your hands on your head like the Macarena. That's why I gotta watch my demeanor. You know they locking up blacks and Latinos. It's the same old game, ain't nothing really changed but the mileage on the meter of the beamer.
What's going on, guys? Welcome into the WAG show. I'm your host, Ben Hostler. It is a new week, Monday, April 17th. This is episode 46, and we are here to talk about today's best bets. If you're in the chat, how was your weekend? Let me know what was going on. For me, it was all right weekend. NBA playoffs were great. I went to the Cavs game on Saturday. They unfortunately lost at I don't want to say they lost at the end of the game. I don't know. I look at make me feel better about the Cavs. Okay, I'm getting there right now. I don't want to say they lost at the end of the game, but I looked at the people I was with when they took the lead with there was like a minute and 50 seconds left and they were up by 1 point. And I looked at the people I was with, and I was like, how are the Cavs winning this game right now? Like, I don't think that they – oh, so it's your fault? I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I will say, Mitchell, I have not gone to a Cavs game all year, and I go to this game, and they do that. So, maybe it is my fault. I don't know. But I don't think they played particularly well, so I thought it was shocking that they were able to battle back and maintain the lead. Not maintain, but take the lead at the end of the game. The fact of the matter is you're not going to give up 7 offensive rebounds in the fourth quarter and win a basketball game. It's just never going to happen. So they got out physical. Watching it in person, I can tell you for sure they got out physicaled. And I'm not like – okay, first of all, I hate when people say we. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I'm not like a diehard fan. I'm from Northeast Ohio, so I'll root for the team. But you guys know, if you follow my content, I try to be super unbiased with my content. And, I root for them because they're local, but I'm not like a diehard. I prefer to root for like players that I like more so than teams, but I root for the local teams. Playoff games are fun to go to in general, no matter what the sport is. So, I root for them, but I can tell you firsthand, watching in person, the Cavs got out physicaled by the Knicks big men, even by Josh Hart. And I don't know. I mean, before the series, I thought it was very, very interesting. We went through all the playoff series. We're going to go through the playoff series today. This is going to be a quicker stream, but we're going to go through the playoff series and then the quickly we'll go through baseball. But I thought it was interesting that the Cavs were such big favorites for the series prior to it starting. I think they closed. It was like they were like minus 230-ish to win the series, which I thought was really interesting. Just given the lack of experience, the Knicks themselves aren't a very experienced team, but they, I don't know. They have a more experienced coach, and I mean Donovan Mitchell himself has experience. Jalen Brunson himself has experience, but overall the teams aren't super experienced. But the Knicks definitely have a better coach, and they have a way better bench. So I think that gives them the edge. So I thought there was something up that the Cavs were such big favorites. But I do think the Cavs will win this game too. I think it's probably going to go 6-7 games. But we'll see what happens. You went to the Yankees last year and they lost. I actually went to the one, Mitchell. I went to the walk-off win. I went to a win. I was actually 2-0 in playoff games that I've attended until that Cavs game. I went to I think Oscar Gonzalez hit that walk-off. I went to that one. But it was disappointing, but I think the Cavs will win the second game. And I think the series is going to go, I think it's probably going to go 6 or 7. If the Cavs don't win game 2, it's pretty much over, I think. But if they win that game and they can steal one on the road, I think it'll go 7. Steal one of those first 2 on the road, I mean. But we had a lot of upsets. I mean, Miami, they won, but I don't think they would have won that game had Giannis come back in. So I'm skeptical what to think there. The Clippers looked very, very good. I still think the Suns take that series, but the Clippers looked very good, impressed me. I mean, they won a game where they got pretty much nothing offensively from Russell Westbrook. I mean, you would have to assume, like, prior to the series starting, you would have said Russell Westbrook's going to have to contribute offensively with Paul George out for them to win the game. And they won the game with Russ pretty much doing nothing on offense. So I thought that was interesting. I think the Suns will probably still. We'll go through the series here. I don't see anything that sticks out for NBA. I have 2 NBA plays, but one moved. So really, I think I have one because I can't give the one out because the line moved. Kawhi's that meant Dewan. Kawhi, we have not seen that version of Kawhi Leonard since he got to the Los Angeles Clippers. I don't think we've seen him play that well since he joined the team. That was Kawhi that I didn't know if Kawhi still had that in him. He looked that good. The Clippers are a dangerous team. Like if they could somehow beat the Suns and get Paul George back, Dewan, yes, you were on the Clippers. You were on the Clippers. I remember that. If they could somehow get out of that series and get PG back, they are a dangerous team. Same old Mitchell. We've seen this in Utah where he plays hero ball and when he doesn't have to. I agree with that a little bit. Mitchell asked also about Mitchell getting his 30 to 40, but not making anyone else better around him. All right, we'll talk a little bit about that, and then I'll look at these playoff series, and then we'll get to MLB. But if we want to talk about the Donovan Mitchell thing, I can see both sides of it. I think that, like, you can say he was playing hero ball and didn't have to. I agree with that. He definitely was playing hero ball, but at the same time, he's the one that brought them back in the game. Like they did. Like aside from how bad the team played overall, they did battle back and take the lead with under 2 minutes left. And if you're in a playoff game and you're at home and you have the lead with under 2 minutes left, you should win the game. He definitely was playing hero ball, but no one else was making shots. I think early in the game, he didn't have that many points in the first quarter. I think he started out the game and he wasn't trying to do that. But these guys were. Look at the Cavs team. The Cavs have a great top end of their roster. The bottom end is not good. Once you get past the big four of Mitchell, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen, it's not good. Karis LeVert gave you virtually nothing. He scored 3 points, I think, for the entire game. Isaac Okoro is horrible. He's good on defense, but he's basically a 0 on offense. And they weren't getting anything else from the bench. Ricky Rubio came in. He looked like he couldn't even move. He looked like he had cinder blocks on his feet. And Jetty Osman is the only person that gave you anything off the bench. Cleveland's in trouble if Jetty's the only guy being aggressive. Agree, Jared. I'm not a huge fan of JB Bickerstaff. I didn't like his rotation. I think he was playing too many guys in the first half. And I was curious that he didn't play Danny Green at all. Not to say Danny Green is some great player, but it felt to me like Bickerstaff was in a point where he was trying everything possible, but he never put Danny Green in. Like you can't convince me that Danny Green would have played any worse than Karis LeVert or Ricky Rubio did when they were in the game. Dean Wade got in the game. He looked horrible. It was bad. So like the Knicks are so much deeper than the Cavaliers, but Danny Green is someone that you can bring off the bench and can make open threes. So I was curious why he never got in the game because guys were open. But I said this early on in the game to the people I was with, like Okoro and Karis LeVert and these guys, Dean Wade, they were missing wide open threes. I was like, the Knicks will live with letting Isaac Okoro and Dean Wade take open threes. Like that's what they want you to do. And they weren't making the shots. Are they going to make the shots for the rest of the series? I don't know. Like, are you really going to bank on Isaac Okoro making 3-pointers to win you a playoff series? I don't think you can do that. So I do agree that Mitchell was playing hero ball, but these guys had open shots and they weren't making them. Like, I think he was trying to facilitate a little bit more so in the first quarter, and the guys weren't making shots. And then by that point, you blinked and, they were down 12 points. You got to come back in the game somehow. RJ, Randall, Brunson can't all click at the same time. Agree with that. RJ didn't play that great on Saturday. I thought Randall was impressive for being out for the period of time he was. I mean, he was pretty questionable to even play in that game. He impressed me. He played, he didn't really look like he had been missing any time. Brunson's a killer. I mean, he's going to get what he gets. But at the same time, Quickly was pretty much a zero for the Knicks. Quickly is going to have some games in the series where he scores more than a few points. So it's a weird situation. Like the Cavs could have won that game, but they didn't play very good. But I mean, did the Knicks really play that good? I don't know if the Knicks played all that great. I think Brunson like the Knicks won that game. Brunson barely played in the first half because he was in foul trouble. So it's a weird situation. I don't know. The Cavs need to improve. And this goes back to the Cavs. Like they made no moves of note at the deadline. Their bench is not good. I don't know what that plan was, but I do think the Cavs will win the second game, and we'll see what happens when they get to Madison Square Garden. Spike, what's up? All right, so let's go through the series here. We'll start in the West. Lakers have moved. Lakers were about plus 140 yesterday to win the series. They take game one. John Morant hurt. They're now minus 250 for the series. What you guys thought? You think Lakers are moving on? If Ja is going to miss any games, I think the Lakers are moving on. So I'll take Lakers there. Obviously, I'm not betting these. I'm just going through the prices. But if Ja's missing games, I will take the Lakers. Kings, Warriors. Dubs are still minus 156 to win the series on FanDuel, even after losing game one narrowly. I said when we went through these series, if you guys remember, one of the bets I gave out was on FanDuel, you could bet Kings to win game one, but Warriors to win the series. That's looking, Kings won first game. I think the Dubs are going to win tonight. So if you guys are curious about NBA plays, I think someone said they didn't really see anything for NBA tonight. I do like the Warriors tonight. It seems, I saw some people on Twitter, it seems like it's a public thing to take the Warriors tonight. Like the public's all over the Warriors. But if you can see here on the trends tool, sharp money is on the Warriors. 74% of the bets are on the Warriors, but over 84% of the money. So big money still coming in on the Warriors. The Warriors could have won that game one. I'm happy that the Kings got that win, their first playoff game of forever. I think that was a cool thing for them. But, I mean, the Warriors still had a wide open three to Wiggins to win the game at the end, and he just missed it. So De'Aaron Fox is a stone cold killer, but is he going to give you 40 again? I'm not sure. That's a lot to ask. So I like Warriors tonight. I like Warriors to even up the series. I still like Warriors for the series, so I agree with that Vegas line minus 156. Dillon's a non-factor. Dillon Brooks is horrible. Still, okay, I don't want to say he's horrible. He's horrible offensively. He is good defensively, and I think you need that presence of he just plays harder than everyone on the court. I can respect that. I actually would take Dylan Brooks on my team, but he can't shoot as much as he does. He takes too many. He takes too many bad shots on offense, specifically threes that just make no sense, and that gets heightened when Ja's out. So agree. I like Lakers to move on there. I still like Warriors. Murray's my play of the day. 9.5 is too low. I can see that. No way Monk gives you 30 again. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, they got a big game from Monk, and then Fox just went completely ham. Sacramento crowd was electric. It was. Yep. But I'll take Warriors tonight. I was going to give out for a prop. I liked Draymond Green over 7 assists, but that line moved up to 8, I think. Let me check here. Yeah, he's at 8.5 on FanDuel. I don't know if I'd bet that. You still can, if you bet the 8.5, you can get it at plus money. It's plus 118. I think he had double-digit potential assists in that first game. I've told you guys this all season. There was a period of time back during the regular season when Kevon Looney was out. They were starting Draymond Green at center, and we were betting Draymond over assists. We did it for like 2 weeks straight. I'm sure, Jared, you probably remember that, a couple of the people that have been in here, but there was like a 2-week period in the regular season we were betting over Draymond assists every single night. They kept listening at like 6.5. We just kept taking the over. This is what happens in the playoffs. He plays more center. He facilitates a lot more. And, yeah, I think, like, he's a pretty big, like, he can get double-digit assists every single playoff game. So I got it at 7. Like, I don't necessarily know if I bet the 8.5, but if you want to, you can get it at plus money. So maybe you could parlay that with something and get like a really nice payout if he goes that does that. I feel like if I was gonna give it the over 8.5 though, I'd probably just rather take the better odds at plus 200 and take it for like 10 plus or something. I remember we hit it several times. Yeah, we were betting that like every day for a while, but. So if you want to take him, I would maybe take the 10 plus at plus 200 or something. But I think he'll have a solid game. So that was my 2 NBA plays, was Draymond assists, and then I really think the Warriors win this game tonight. So I put 2 units on them, money line. We got their money line at minus 120. It's like minus 130 now. It did move down a little bit. So we got some movement there. As far as the other game goes, wait, I kind of got sidetracked because I was going through these series. Let's see here. Clippers, Suns. Suns are still minus 190 to go on. I still would take the Suns for the series, I think, but I don't know. The Clippers really impressed me. And you could tell the Suns kind of had that look like they hadn't played very many games together. Like you could kind of tell that Durant had been out. But at the end of the day, you know, Kawhi is really good, but, you know, you have to, without PG, like they need a lot of things to work in their favor after Kawhi to get 4 wins in a series, you know? Like the Suns, Devin Booker played so well last night. You have him and KD both that can completely take over games. I would still need Suns, but I don't know if you guys saw my tweet, but I tweeted last night that the Suns really kept DeAndre Ayton over Michael Bridges. Like, how bad does this look? I don't know. I'm never a fan of teams that, like, you know, teams that rely on a traditional center like DeAndre Ayton. I just don't think that it's a winning formula. But that looked bad. DeAndre Ayton played a pretty horrible basketball game last night. Like, it was not good. And I told my friend a couple days ago, I was like, if the Suns don't win the series, not the series, if the Suns don't win the finals, like that Durant trade is just not going to look good in my opinion, because I understand they got absolutely worked by Luka Doncic last year in a playoff series, but this team went to the finals and then was the number 1 seed last year. So I don't understand why there was like this panic that they had to go all in. Now, if they win the finals, it's not gonna matter, because they win. But if they don't win, I mean, Michael Bridges is a really, really good player. He didn't miss a game this year. He's obviously good defensively. He never got to show that offensive side of his game when he was in Phoenix because he's playing alongside Chris Paul, Devin Booker. Like, he just didn't get shots like that. But, I mean, everyone, I think, knew the potential was there. So that trade's going to look really bad if the Suns don't win at all. But I don't know if you guys remember, but when I came on this exact stream right here, after they made that trade, and I said I would still take the field over the Suns to get to the final. So I'm not sold. I wasn't a huge fan of that trade like everyone else. They just have to win. They have to win for it to not matter. But if they don't win, if they don't win, I don't know. Like, Chris Paul looks like do you really think Chris Paul is going to be balling out of his mind another year from now? He already looks old as it is. So I don't know. I just like the Suns to move on, but Nuggets, the Nuggets are going to roll the rules, so we don't even need to talk about that. As far as the East goes, Celtics are going to roll the Hawks. We don't need to worry about that. Bucks are still minus 290 to move on over the Heat. A lot of this hinges on whether or not Giannis plays. Even if Giannis were to miss the rest of the series, I still think I would take the Bucks. But Jimmy Butler, again, one of the most underrated players. People love to hate on Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler gets in the playoffs every year and does what he does. I don't understand this. Why does Jimmy Butler get hated on, but some of these other guys that are legitimately aren't good basketball players get hyped up? It makes no sense to me. Jimmy Butler will do what he does in the playoffs every single year. So Jimmy Butler could will them to winning the series if Giannis misses the rest of the series, because he's a fake tough guy. I mean, maybe, but in my opinion, every guy who in the NBA is not a fake tough guy. Like, there's probably like 5 guys that actually are not fake tough guys. So I don't know. But if Giannis misses the rest of the games, maybe Butler could will them to winning it. If Giannis comes back, the Bucks will roll. So we don't need to talk about that. Knicks are now favored to win the series, minus 158 over the Cavs. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going 7. I do think the Knicks probably will win the series at this point, but it's tough. These games are so spread out. It's tough to even maintain any momentum. I was like, dude, the Cavs and Knicks played on Saturday. They don't play till tomorrow night. How does that make any sense? Like, they're still in Cleveland. I don't understand why there's 2 days off, basically 3 days, because the game's not till night. Why is there 3 days off in between these games? I have no idea. So it's hard to maintain momentum. But the Knicks definitely have the more deeper team, and they have home field, or they have home court now that they won that first game. So, we'll see what happens. I would pick the Knicks to win the series, but it's interesting to me that because they want every game on. They want it like that. It's annoying. But it's curious to me the Cavs were such big favorites to win the series, and they lose one game, and now they're down to plus 134. I think it's interesting. Sixers are rolling the Nets. We don't need to talk about that much. All right, let's pull up baseball. If you guys have any NBA questions, go ahead and ask. I'm going to pull up baseball live trends here. This is a free tool you can access every single day at betkarma.com. Click live trends. It gives you all this betting information for free. We're the only company, to my knowledge, that gives this out for free. Starting with, San Fran, Miami, we were on the under here. We got this under 7.5. It's moved down to 7, as you can see. Would not bet an under 7, I don't think, ever. 7.5 is about the extent. I couldn't even – it was tough for me to even fire an under 7.5. But you guys know, I really respect Jesus Luzardo. I think he's really, really good. And I thought he was going to have a breakout year. He's looked exceptional through his first few starts. The Giants are not a great offense against left-handed pitching. And Logan Webb is a solid pitcher. I don't think he's an ace by any stretch, but he's solid. Obviously, it's not bad pitching environment there in Miami. So I did like the under 7.5. it moved down. Would not bet an under 7. Guardians game got postponed, so we don't need to talk about that. This Philly game got postponed. We don't need to talk about that. As far as Reds and Rays go, interesting matchup here with Hunter. It's always going to be an interesting matchup when Hunter Green's on the mound this year. There's sharp, a little bit of sharp coming in on the over here. You can see 54% of the bets, but 78% of the money coming in on the over. It's not great hitting weather. It doesn't really matter because Cincy's ballpark is so hitter friendly. But I will tell you from being here in Ohio, it's pretty cold. I think it's cold down there as well. So it's not great hitting weather. I don't love anything here. If I was going to fire anything, it would probably be like a sprinkle on the Reds, just because anytime Hunter Green is an underdog, you can take a shot on him because he's going to be like, he's volatile, but he's going to have starts where he looks like one of the best pitchers in baseball. So don't love anything here, but would dabble on the Reds if you were forcing a play. Rangers, Royals, would not bet anything here, but definitely lean towards the Rangers with DeGrom on the hill. I mean, he's owned the Royals throughout his career. There's no value in betting a minus 210. You guys know I don't really bet anything over minus 150 in terms of a money line in baseball, but lean towards the Rangers if I was taking anything here. This next game is a little bit interesting. Diamondbacks, Cardinals. I took the Diamondbacks here at plus 140. They're down to plus 125, so we got a little CLV there, but I've bet on the Diamondbacks a ton. Anyone that has a premium membership can vouch. I have bet on the Diamondbacks quite a bit already this season. I think that they're going to make the playoffs. I think these new rules are literally a dream scenario for the Arizona Diamondbacks. They can get on base, they all run, and they just create havoc for their opponents when they get on the bases. I think that they're a really fun team. I don't like they're not going to win the World Series or anything, but I legitimately think they're going to make the playoffs. And I mean, we got them at plus 140. They're down to plus 120. So clearly there is some smart money coming on the Diamondbacks. I'm always fine to play Jack Flaherty. He looked a little bit better in his last start. His velo was back up a little bit, but he still walks a ton of guys. And if we get in a situation where he's walking batters tonight and they're stealing bases on him, like, they can really cause chaos for him. And I think it's the Diamondbacks have been one of the most profitable teams in baseball to bet on so far this season. And anytime that they're up against, anytime it's an even to favorable pitching matchup for them, I'm probably going to be on them, outright. So I like Diamondbacks tonight. Let me see. I'm going to see what their odds are to like make the playoffs. I think they win 75 plus. I would need to look at that a little bit more, but I'm trying to see if I can find a price on them to make the playoffs. Do they have that anywhere? If they have that, I want to bet that right now. Maybe on DraftKings. We'll pull it up here. If anyone can see odds on teams to make playoffs, let me know. I'm going to check DraftKings real quick. D-backs are fun. Dude, they're so fun to watch. They're legitimately one of the most fun teams to watch, I think. I like Kelly over 4.5 strikeouts. I don't hate that. Let's see here. Team futures to make the playoffs. Yeah, here we go. Plus 390. You can get the Arizona Diamondbacks on DraftKings right now. Plus 390 to make the playoffs. I'm going to bet that immediately after getting off the stream. Love that. Absolutely love that. Blue Jays, Astros. Some money coming on the Astros here. Money on the under. I can see that with two good pitchers on the mound. I don't love anything here. I don't tend to bet against Kevin Gausman. I don't really want to bet against the Astros either. So no reads here for me. Pittsburgh Rockies. So this is an interesting game. I feel like if you guys have a premium membership, we've bet on the Diamondbacks and the Pirates both a lot this year. We hit the Pirates money line on Saturday at like plus 150. We had them again yesterday at like plus 160, and they had the lead in the top of the 10th inning and somehow blew it. But that's the Pirates. That's going to happen. They don't have a great bullpen, but I feel like typically I would be on the Pirates here because they're such they're underdogs. I'm not a huge Kyle Freeland fan, but Rich Hill is bad enough. I'm never betting on Rich Hill. I don't care, especially in Coors Field. So I would lean Rockies here. Sign me up for the Rockies. I can't believe I'm going against my Pirates. I'm saying my Pirates because we bet on them a lot, but sign me up for the Rockies because Rich Hill. Tomorrow, we'll see who's pitching. Might be on the Pirates tomorrow, but I can never. I will sleep well at night knowing that I have not bet my hard-earned money on Rich Hill. I will sleep perfectly fine. If I lose, that's fine because I'll know I didn't bet on Rich Hill. That's how I view this. Cubs, A's, two terrible pitchers going here. I completely understand why there's some sharp money coming in on the A's because why should either of these pitchers? This game should just be closer. Like when you get these terrible pitchers throwing, like are you really laying minus 135, minus 140 on Wisniewski? Like that doesn't make any sense. So I'm not betting anything here, but I would just bet that whenever you get a matchup of two terrible pitchers and the teams aren't like, it's not like it's the Astros or something. I'd lean towards the underdog there for sure. So you could sprinkle A's money line if you wanted to bet there, but I'm not betting anything. Braves at Padres. I don't know. I don't have a play here. I think I would lean. I don't know. This is a true coin flip game for me. I think that the overall, I would lean Padres, but I mean, Max Fried is definitely a better pitcher than Weathers, and Atlanta is good against left-handed pitching. They're not as good as you think, but they're pretty good against left-handed pitching. So, I don't know. I don't have a lean here. Who do you guys think wins, Braves or Padres? That's a tough game. Put 50 on Diamondbacks, make the playoffs. I'm going to fire that as soon as I get off here. You like Fried over strikeouts? What is his line at? I didn't check. Brewers, Mariners. Burns is going for the Brewers. He hasn't looked great this year, but I would obviously give him the edge over Chris Flexen. So I would lean Brewers if you were looking for a play there. And then this night game is interesting. There's a ton of money that came in on the Mets here. You can see this is a pretty big discrepancy. Only 35% of the bets are on Mets money line, but almost 60% of the money. So some sizable money came in on the Mets. I would say that that's because they're the Mets, but they're playing the Dodgers. So this is two very public teams. I don't know what to make of that. I mean, the Dodgers definitely win the pitching matchup. Peterson is not good. And Dustin May, I think, is pretty solid. But his advanced stuff is not as good as you would think. So I guess if I was leaning a play here, it would be the Mets. I might actually put a bet at his line 3.5. Yeah, I can see the over on that. I actually might put a bet in on the Mets here. So people, I feel like in years past, it was like a printing press, play Dodgers against lefties. This lineup that they're putting out is not good. Their projected lineup tonight against a left-handed pitching, only a 303 WOBA and a 25% strikeout rate. That's pretty bad. Like you obviously have to worry about JD Martinez and Mookie Betts, and then Freddie Freeman hits lefty pretty well. But I mean, other than that, it's pretty much nothing to be scared of. Whereas the Mets are coming in, they're up over 330 WOBA against right-handed pitching, only an 18.5% strikeout rate as a team. Dustin May is not a strikeout pitcher as it is, but definitely would give the lean to the Mets here. I can understand why that money's coming in on them. At plus 130, I might throw a half unit on the Mets. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I'm 0-1 today. This rain-delayed Boston Red Sox game just ruined things. We had the over. If you guys aren't premium members, this morning we took the under 4.5 first 5 innings Red Sox Angels. We got it. I took it it was like minus 125 when I took this. It moved down to minus 160. We got 40 cents of CLV on this. And this guy, Bello, comes out and gives up 4 runs in the top of the first inning. And then Ohtani gives up a run. to just bury me in the first inning. I mean, there's nothing more tilting than that when you lose a play in the first inning. So, yeah, that was bad. But for the season, let's pull up the record. For the season for MLB, I'm still 58-42 plus 20.1 units. So it's still been an incredible baseball season. I have a couple other plays in there for tonight, but I might consider adding the New York Mets at plus 152. Oh, no, not plus 152. Plus 132 over on FanDuel. Might add a half unit on the Mets. If you guys missed it yesterday, we had a crazy parlay yesterday. We we had the Yankees Twins Nerfy parlayed with Diamondbacks money line, and let me pull this up. And Tampa Bay Rays money line. It played out plus 574 when I took it, and we hit that, so that was good. I might put another parlay together for tonight. We'll see. Is Embiid and Curry to combine for 60 points at minus 120 bad? No, I don't think that's that bad. Embiid's going to play better today. I don't think that's that bad. I think I'd be fine with that. We want to parlay. Yeah, I might post another parlay in the premium. That actually saved our day yesterday, thankfully, because we got the Pirates lost, like I said, in extra innings, and then we got a full run. We took the under 8.5 in the San Fran Detroit game. It moved down to 7.5. We got a full run of CLV, and the game got postponed after they delayed the game despite it not even raining for like almost 3 hours. So I don't know why they didn't play that game, but thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any further questions, hit me in the Discord. Sign up betkarma.com/pricing if you want access to the premium bets. Like I said, I have like 3 other MLB bets in there today. You would have got the Warriors at minus 120 earlier today when I gave that out, and it's moved to minus 130. So we got a little CLV there. And I'm going to post a parlay for tonight as well here in a little bit. But for the free plays, I gave out Warriors money line. I think the Warriors win tonight, and I might put a half unit on the Mets money line. As scary as that is, because I am not a David Peterson fan, but I might put a half unit on the Mets. But thank you guys for watching. We do the show Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. I'll be back on Tuesday to recap how today went and talk about tomorrow's best bets. We should have a big baseball slate tomorrow. Obviously, we'll have some more NBA playoffs. So good luck with your bets tonight, guys. I will see you guys on Tuesday.